For number one, we have to realize that we have the absolute value bars here. So we have to split it up into two separate parts. So before we actually do that, one thing to realize is that this is a less than, and we can remember which direction things are. There's going to be a less than. So my answer is going to be an and type of problem. So right off the start, just also because these don't have two parts to it, A and C are not the answers. So now, how do we find out which one is the answer? Is we have to split them up. So I write one of them as 4w plus 10 is less than 14. So we just copy it straight out without the absolute value bars. Now the other one, remember, absolute values, there's going to be a positive version and a negative version. So if I put the negative in front, right, because we have the positive version of it and then the negative number, which would also become positive with the absolute values, then we can distribute that negative to everything here. So I have my two separate problems split up, and now we just solve both. So the first thing I'm going to do is move the 10 over. It becomes a minus 10. And I get 4w is less than 4. And then to get w by itself on this first one, we divide by 4. And I have w is less than 1. Okay, well that has that, and so does d. So now we have to solve the second one. First, let's distribute that minus sign. So it becomes a minus 4w. This plus 10 becomes a minus 10. And now we get w by itself again. So we solve it out. Move the 10, it becomes a plus 10. So 14 plus 10 is going to be 24. And then here we have to divide by a negative 4. Now, one thing we have to watch out for is whenever we divide by a negative coefficient, so this negative 4 is right here, it's negative, and moving it to the other side, this this less than symbol has to switch around. So it turns into a greater than. And then 24 divided by 4 is 6, 1 negative. So w is greater than 6. Now, normally we're used to putting it in order, but here on the multiple choices, they just wrote the word and instead, which we know is correct. So w is greater than negative 6, and w is less than 1. That would be B.